3 years ago, I scraped together $500. At the time, it was every spare penny I had, and I spent it on a coaching call with my very first mentor. I told him that I was desperate to quit my 9-to-5 corporate job and build an online business, but I did not want to do sales calls. I did not want to be on Zoom all day doing high ticket coaching. What I really wanted was an automated passive income business selling very affordable, low ticket digital products. And he looked at me like I was crazy, okay? He said it wouldn't work. He said I needed to sell a 5K coaching program and do webinars. But I knew that I did not want to leave the 9-to-5, even though I hated it. I did not want to leave that to become a slave in my own business. So I ignored his advice, and last year I made over $148,000 selling digital products without social media, without sales calls, and without a huge audience. And so in this video, I'm going to break down the 6 pieces of popular digital product advice that just doesn't work anymore. And if you follow them, you're actively wasting your time if you're trying to sell digital products in 2026. And more importantly, I'll also show you what you should be doing instead if you want to build a fully automated online business starting from pretty much scratch that you can scale right now in 2026 with AI, okay? So let's get into the first myth. Okay, so the first myth is that you need to have this perfect niche. Okay, and this is where people spend weeks, sometimes months researching their niche. All right, and what actually happens here is that you end up overthinking and then you never launch anything because you don't know what to create your digital product about. So you're going to reframe here. Instead of worrying about what your niche is, you instead are going to think about the problem you can solve. Okay, you don't need to worry so much about what my niche is, who's my audience, am I targeting women that do Pilates 2 times a week? It doesn't matter. You are focusing on the problem that you can solve, and you are drawing this from your own life experience. What are the mini struggles, the problems, things that you have found difficult in life that you have found a solution to? That is what you build your digital product about, and therefore your niche then becomes anybody that wants that problem solved. Okay, let's say build automations or build systems in Notion. Okay, so let's say you has learned how to build systems in Notion. Okay, excuse my spelling. Okay, you've learned how to build systems in Notion. This could appeal to many different people: entrepreneurs, business owners, people that are just type A, maybe people with ADHD that also like to use something that's very structured. And so therefore you're not so much worried about your niche, you're worried about what is the problem that I have solved, how can I package that up into a digital product that can help people, and then how can I attract people that need this solution. Okay, so the second myth that I see, and this one really I think stops a lot of people from starting or making sales before they've even got going, is that you need to have a big audience. And what does this mean? People think that you need to spend tons of time growing your social media, getting YouTube subscribers, doing all of that before you can sell. Because if you don't have an audience, who can you sell to, right? And this is just not true, because what happens is you build an audience, and sometimes you'll build an audience that are interested in lots of different things. And so then when you go to create your digital product, you still don't know what to create because it's not going to please every single person in your audience. So instead, you want to focus on creating an MVP. Okay, what does this mean? This is your minimum viable digital product. This is the first version of your product that helps people with the problem that we talked about here. And then you attract people, you make content about this product, and therefore you do start to build an audience, but you do it at the same time as either selling your product or promoting a freebie that gets people onto your email list. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, how do I find the people to promote to? This is when you will use searched based platforms, okay? So you're using platforms like Pinterest, platforms like YouTube, where you actually don't need loads of followers or loads of subscribers, because both of these platforms are optimized based on what people are searching for. So all you need to do is use the right keywords, make really helpful content, and the platform will automatically push your content, push your videos on YouTube, push your pins to people that are searching similar topics. Now, this is not as immediate as social media, so you usually won't get a viral video straight away through a search-based strategy, but what you will do is you will attract your audience rather than you constantly having to chase them. And once you do start to build an audience, you can get a better idea of what type of content they want from you. You'd keep a close eye on your comment boxes, you would keep a close eye on what other people in your niche are doing, and you would make more of that content to attract more of an audience. This is how you do the reverse organic. In my opinion, this is a way better way to start, because you can build an audience and sell your product at the same time, rather than trying to wait years to build an audience and then never launching your product. Now, moving on to myth number 3, okay? This one is all about thinking that you have to be an expert. And I still get caught up in this sometimes as well. People think that you have to have it all figured out. You have to be the expert in this thing to be able to teach people. But actually, the experts are so far detached that their advice usually isn't helpful for you. So if you're just starting out and you're following someone that has made 10 million, 20 million from digital products, what they're doing is going to be very different from what you're doing. They've got an audience. They weren't doing this in the same time as you with AI and how things are now. They are operating from a completely different place. And so therefore, a lot of the time, that information actually isn't helpful. You'd be far better off following someone or learning from someone that's just a few steps ahead of you. That way they can share information that A, is more relevant, B, is more current, and usually they have more time and more desire to actually help people. I can't tell you how many big channels there are on YouTube making content about just post on Instagram 5 times a day, when actually that isn't sustainable or doable for most people starting out. That's an example in my niche. Think about it for yours. Think about, what are you 1 or 2 steps ahead of a complete beginner in? What information can you pass back? You don't have to be an expert, but you do need to have life experience, okay? What this means is you're not selling something you don't know anything about. You're selling something that you have personally experienced so that you can make story-based content. This is really, really key. If you go onto my channel, as much as I do all of these videos teaching you so much stuff for free, okay, my most viral video is my story. I wasn't teaching that video. I was simply telling people how I'd got to the point that I am now. And I can only do that because I've actually lived my topic, lived the problem that I'm creating products for you guys. I create traffic systems to help you get traffic without social media because I've struggled with that same thing. I've created a Pinterest marketing system to make sales on Pinterest because I've also experienced how draining it is to post constantly on social media. And so think about your actual life experiences and then think about the digital products that you're trying to sell. Do they align, and can you share more of your story to connect with your audience? Okay, let's move on. We are on to myth number 4, which is more products, okay, equals more money. This is not true for most entrepreneurs when they are starting out. When you are starting out and you are just creating product after product after product, but you're not learning how to market any of them, all you're going to end up with is a lot of products that sit there and make no sales. Why is this? 1, because you're not learning the marketing skills that you need to actually sell them. And 2, because you've got no time left. You're spending all your time creating, which means you've got no energy to actually promote and sell. And this is a real example of what I was saying earlier. If you're learning from other coaches that are just creating products all the time, that is because that's the stage they're at in their business. They have mastered selling. They have mastered traffic. And so they can then create more products. And so later on in your business, you can create more products, right? You can create upsells and you can create bumps. Okay, so these are all part of your funnel, and I'll have another video coming on this really shortly. But that only happens once you learn to market one product. Okay, you need one product and you need to learn how to market it really, really well so you can then offer people other products later down the line. But you don't ever offer those other products until you are selling your first product consistently. I hope that has made sense. Really dial in on that one product. In fact, my advice is that you don't create any other products at all until you are selling your primary product at least 3 to 5 times a week. Okay. Next myth is that you need complex funnels. Now, funnels are beautiful. This is how you will sell your low ticket digital product on autopilot. Funnels help you to attract the right audience, encourage them to buy, and then later on sell them more products, all in the most seamless way. But here's the thing, if you don't master the most basic funnel, which is traffic, okay? This is people coming to your digital product page, to product, okay? To payment, to email nurture. This is the most basic funnel. You have your traffic, you send them direct to your product page, they pay you, and then you keep nurturing them. You keep building that relationship on email. Now, over time, you can add in your freebie, which is a great way to get people that are on the fence and not going to buy straight away, but may buy later. And then you can also add these upsells and these bumps later. Don't worry about having a really complex funnel trying to sell 4 to 5 products in your funnel if you cannot nail the most basic one. If you can't easily send people to your product page, that they pay you and then you can email them afterwards, then you need to do some work on either your product itself or your page, or what you need more than often is more traffic. That is usually what you need. If your digital product isn't selling, you need more traffic. That is what you should be focused on, not having a complicated funnel. Now, the last thing is that you need to be everywhere. This is a myth, right? Post as much content as possible. Post on every single platform, because surely if you post the same post on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, surely you're going to reach more people. Actually, that is not the case. Usually all of these platforms have slight nuances in how the content performs. And so if you create something for YouTube Short, and I do this because it's automatic, and then you send it to Instagram, it's not going to do as well there on Instagram. And so you're way better off at the start focusing your time on one platform, learning it really well, learning what makes that platform tick, learning what makes the people that follow you or engage with you on that platform actually come back to your page, actually continue to comment, continue to engage with you. And so what you actually should be doing is double down on one platform. And I'm going to talk about one marketing platform here. Okay, that is what you want to do. So once you have doubled down, then you can understand what about this platform actually makes people want to follow me, and then how can I recreate that on the next platform? You leverage one platform to grow the other. So for example, my focus right now is YouTube. Once I am ready to move on to a next platform, I will continue my YouTube content, but I will also actively push my audience to follow me and engage with me on other platforms. And that is how you can build one at a time and use that building that you do on one to springboard to the next. However, if you try to post on everything at once, you end up diluting your results. You never master one platform and you actually end up with less traffic and less people visiting your product page. And so if you can bust all of those 6 myths, you are on your way to creating digital products that sell and to scaling a low ticket business that gives you a freedom-based lifestyle. But once you've done all of this, you're probably thinking, okay, where do I sell my digital product? How do I make sure I'm selling it on the platform where I can get the most amount of sales and that actually fits my tech and my budget and everything that I need from it? And so I would highly recommend you watch this video on your screen next. It's going to break down where you should be selling and how you should be structuring your marketing. I'll see you there.